Hi everyone, this is my justification video for Student Learning Outcome 6 for the behavior intervention plans. Hard to believe that this is already the last one, but excited to be here nonetheless. So how did applying this student learning outcome guide your future decision and practices? How did it impact my teaching practices and learning? So I recently just began a new job, once again teaching pre-K at a charter school in the area. So they have a lot of rules and regulations to be abided as we walk into the classroom. So I am already going in with a lot of prior knowledge from previous experience, what I've learned while being in graduate school for early childhood education, and now, once again, after going through training and everything to set myself up to actually begin this job. So this has been nothing that I'm not already aware of, having the experience of already being in the classroom, especially in recent time. So I am working with pre-K, kids relatively age 3 to 5, mostly 4 to 5. And I am more than aware of the typical sort of behaviors, age-appropriate behaviors that they exhibit at this period of time because I have that experience already. So now, after getting to do this SLO, I was excited to see that there was a way for me to break down the progression of behaviors as they occurred. So just based off of the severity of the behavior, the recurrence of the behaviors, I was able to help classify them into specific tiers and recognize what was age appropriate versus what was something that immediately needed to be addressed and hopefully corrected as we went on. So I used my artifact to kind of exhibit typical behaviors I'm witnessing within the classroom on a day-to-day basis since beginning this job a couple weeks back. So with that, I was able to effectively strategize, make strategies necessary in order to help correct certain behaviors that I've noticed. Vulgar language within the classroom, physical altercations between students within the classroom, certain behaviors that are not typical based off of how often they're occurring, the severity of the event when it is occurring. And now I have the strategies necessary in order to proactively correct those mistakes, whether it be finding alternative activities if a child is displaying sort of boredom or agitation with a specific thing that I noticed that we were doing consistently, interacting and communicating with families so that we can tackle this issue from not just the school setting but also at the home setting, and also just working on being able to recognize the behaviors for what they are, and helping the children to understand why it is that we are talking about something, why it is we have to correct this certain behavior because it is not typical or conducive to what we are trying to accomplish within the classroom. So my next steps to continue to deepen my learning in this is obviously to continue to research. There were more than enough resources that I could continue to look through and helping me to better understand not only what the behaviors were and how they can be classified, but how to effectively create a plan in order to combat them, whether it be a BIP, whether it be another sort of form that I would have to fill out, just having the tools necessary now in order to hopefully minimize these as much as I can going into the future. So I can always apply this to previous experience. All day and all night long, I'm going to refer back to when I did my pre-K experience because I have still yet to do my elementary experience class, which I will be doing this upcoming spring, but not important. Like I said, my experience really rung true walking into this new classroom. I have worked with this exact age demographic in a very similar setting before, albeit with less resources than what we have available to us now at this new school. But yeah, I'm glad that I am now more aware of this. I have more knowledge on the subject, and that can hopefully help me in establishing these sort of help me in establishing a plan in tackling these behaviors in future classrooms I'm going to do right from the get-go. I feel like a lot of it was observation and sort of theorizing what I potentially think could be going wrong instead of like addressing an issue head on, finding the source of it and stomping it out before it continues to occur where it could eventually lead to harm of another student or the student themselves who is performing the behavior. So I'm excited to see how I'm going to be able to apply this in the future, and I think that's it for me. Thanks, guys.